You've been told that people stay poor because they're lazy, because they make bad decisions, because they just don't try hard enough. But what if that's wrong? What if the real reason most people never build wealth has nothing to do with effort and everything to do with how the human brain was built thousands of years before money even existed? Because here's what neuroscientists, behavioral economists, and psychologists have quietly discovered. Your brain right now is actively working against your financial success. Not because something is wrong with you, but because something is very, very right for the wrong era. To understand this, we need to go back. Not decades, not centuries, 200,000 years. For almost all of human history, your ancestors lived in small tribes. Every day was survival. Food was scarce. Danger was everywhere. And the future, it didn't exist. There was only right now. So the brain evolved one golden rule. Consume now, spend now. Take the reward immediately. Because waiting meant dying. That instinct is still inside you. Neuroscientists call it present bias, the tendency to value an immediate reward far more than a larger reward in the future. And in 200,000 BC, it kept your ancestors alive. In 2025, it's quietly destroying your bank account. But present bias is just the beginning. Because your brain doesn't just prefer the present, it actively rewards you for spending. Every time you buy something new, your brain releases dopamine, the same chemical triggered by food, sex, and survival. Shopping isn't a habit. It's a biological reward system, one that corporations have spent billions of dollars studying, testing, and exploiting. Amazon's one-click checkout wasn't designed for convenience. It was designed to remove every second of thinking between the impulse and the purchase. Because they know the moment you pause and think, the dopamine fades. And you don't buy. They've engineered your biology against your wealth. And most people don't even know it's happening. Now here's where it gets stranger. In the 1970s, psychologists Daniel Kahneman and Amos Tversky ran a series of experiments that would eventually win a Nobel Prize. What they discovered was this. Losing $100 feels psychologically twice as painful as gaining $100 feels good. Twice as painful, for the exact same amount of money. This is called loss aversion. And it means your brain is wired to avoid loss far more aggressively than it pursues gain. It means you hold on to a failing investment because selling feels like losing. It means you stay in a bad job because leaving feels risky. It means you never start the business, never make the move, never take the leap, because your brain calculates the potential loss as twice the size of the potential win. The cautious feeling you get when you're about to invest, that's not wisdom, that's evolution. But the most dangerous wiring of all, it's not about money at all, it's about status. Humans are tribal animals. For thousands of years, your rank within the group determined your survival. So your brain evolved to constantly monitor where you stand relative to the people around you. This is why a person earning $80,000 a year feels poor if their neighbors earn $200,000, even though $80,000 puts them in the top 10% of global income. It's why people lease cars they can't afford, buy houses that stretch them to breaking point, wear brands that drain their savings, not because they want those things, because their brain is screaming that falling behind the tribe means death. Social media turned this instinct into an addiction. You're not just comparing yourself to your neighbors anymore. You're comparing yourself to a curated highlight reel of millions of people, and your ancient brain cannot tell the difference between Instagram and reality. And there's one final layer, one that almost no one talks about. Your brain doesn't just calculate money, it protects identity. From childhood, most people are handed a money script, a set of invisible beliefs about wealth, absorbed from their parents, their community, their culture. Beliefs like rich people are greedy. Money causes problems. We're just not that kind of family. These beliefs don't feel like beliefs, they feel like facts, and your brain will unconsciously sabotage any financial success that threatens them. Studies show people who win the lottery return to their previous financial state within 5 years on average. Not because of bad luck, because their identity couldn't hold the weight of a new reality. Wealth isn't just a financial problem, it's a psychological one. So what do you do with all of this? The first step is simply knowing. Because you cannot fight a system you don't know exists. Present bias, loss aversion, social comparison, identity scripts. These are not character flaws, they're software, and software can be updated. The people who build real wealth aren't smarter, they aren't luckier. They've just learned to recognize when their ancient brain is making a modern financial decision, and they've learned to pause. Your brain was built to keep you alive in 200,000 BC, but you're living in 2025. And the sooner you understand that conflict, the sooner you can start winning it. If this video made you think differently about money, share it with someone whose brain might need to hear it too.